going to start, and I hope we'll be here less than 30 minutes. So we'll see. Did you guys see the material that I left in there? And there is a homework too that I left. Yeah, okay. The homework, I almost forgot about the homework. It was one of your classmates who told me, teacher, there is no homework. And I said, wow, I forgot. I thought I had put it there. But yeah, I hadn't. Anyways, we are on chapter vocabulary test, I would say, chapter number 2, vocabulary test. And the first thing I'm going to ask you, if you know, I'm going to ask you a question. What is vocabulary? If you know, you can raise your hand and I'll give you the opportunity. Felix, what is vocabulary?
Good morning, teacher. Good morning, everybody. A vocabulary is a group of words that help us to manage better a kind of language.
That's true. That's true. That's true. Yes. Anybody else has another definition for vocabulary? So I guess the majority might agree with Felix. Yes, that's true. So vocabulary is the repertoire. Repertoire is the amount of words that a person knows. So the amount of words a person handles is what you call vocabulary, right? So that's right. When we refer to vocabulary, Edison, yes?
Vocabulary, you listening?
Yeah.
I mean a short definition. I mean that is a set of word of a language.
That's true. That's right. That's right. Yeah. You know, vocabulary is the first thing that we learn about language. That we learn, right? Because people start producing words, and words. And then after they have a lot of words is when they start knowing grammar indirectly. I mean, I'm talking about when you're learning a language naturally, like Spanish, for example. So yes, vocabulary is the group of words that you have at your disposal. All the words that you have in your head, that's your vocabulary. That's right. When people say words, not appropriate words, listen, all words are good. They're not bad words, because all words are good depending on the situation, and they're bad depending on the situation. That's why I say there is no bad words. So they're inappropriate words. So that's right. When a person says something that you it's kind of, you know, you say, hey, you have to watch your vocabulary, right? You have to watch your words. So because that's the words that you have in your head, and that's what we call vocabulary. That's what we are going to be focused on today. And we are going to check how we can test vocabulary in the classroom with our students. And if you don't have the book, we are on chapter number 2. We are on page 12 and 13. This is what we're working on. Chapter number 2, vocabulary test, and that's chapter 2. I don't know if you guys read that. That was too quick. I know it was too late that I uploaded the material. I guess it was yesterday. I don't remember. So maybe you haven't had the chance to read that. But anyways, I'll try to explain you. Look, vocabulary test, as the name says, is in charge of testing the amount of words that a student knows, right? And the amounts of words.
Sorry.
Yes?
Can you change the how can I say this?
The screen?
The screen, please.
Oh, you want to see the book?
Yeah.
Okay, this. Okay, so here you go, guys. All right. Look, I'm here. I'm here. Look, here I am on this part. I'm on this part now. Sorry. So we're talking about the purpose of vocabulary test. So vocabulary tests are made to measure, look, this word, measure. Measure is when you're trying to see how much a person knows, right? So it's done to measure the comprehension and the production of words. Now, I don't know if you have in your house, if you have babies, if you have had little brothers or sisters or nephews, nieces, right? Or even any baby, not babies, any child that is in the process of starting to talk. Sometimes they say words that don't make sense. Like they say a word and you say, what are you saying? And they don't even know what they're saying, right? So this is what vocabulary tries to investigate. Like if the words that you are producing, if the words that you are listening to, if you really understand those words. That's what vocabulary tests are in charge of the production and comprehension of words, right? There was another question that I left there that is talking about limited response. Let me stop that. Hold on. Let me show you the whiteboard. I'm gonna talk about that now. Later, when you start reading, then you're gonna say, oh, okay, that's what the teacher was talking about. Hold on, so I can share the board with you. Here it is. Okay, now limited, we talked about this last week and I told you that we were gonna touch it again. Limited response. What is limited response, right? Now I'm gonna define it very easy for you. The book is too scientific. So limited response is when you ask questions to students in which they don't have to talk or write. I'm gonna put it this way. It is when students don't need to talk.
Bro.
Se arregla ahora. It's gonna be fixing now. Hold on. Okay. We were here, I guess, here. We were talking about limited response. And limited response is when students do not need to talk or write. So when you are testing vocabulary, limited response is a technique that we use to work with it, to test vocabulary. But we say that vocabulary are the words that a person has, the words in a language, but vocabulary, when you testing vocabulary, you don't limit to the physical words because you're testing comprehension and production. I mean, when you say the words, if you can say it, and when you listen to the words, if you can understand what people are saying. So limited response. Here, you're testing vocabulary, but you don't need students to talk or write. How can you do that? You can do it in different ways. You can use, we talked about this last week, you can use TPR or as people call it, DPR. TPR means total physical response. Let's put it here, total physical response. And DPR is direct physical response. It's the same thing, but people call it different ways, you know. So some people like to say direct and other people like to say total. when do you use this is the question. I don't know if you have noticed that in television, there are songs for kids that say head, shoulders, knees and toes, head, shoulders, knees and toes, right? Also, there are other things like touch your nose and touch your ears and move your hands, shake your hands, right? All that is total physical response, direct physical response. Because here you are focused on the comprehension, right? On the comprehension. You say the word and you see if the student understands what you are saying. That's one part. That's the comprehension part. What about the production part? How test the production? Well, look at this. Let's put the difference. When you are comprehending, when you are testing comprehension, students don't need to talk and they don't need to write. That's not necessary for comprehension. But for production, students need to talk because production is talking. But when we say production, it's production of words, not sentences, only words. How can you test vocabulary production? Very easy. Look, I'm going to show you. I have this here. I have these things. Look, and I didn't plan this. Let me hold on. I didn't plan to do this. I just saw it and I took it. Look at this. You have to check, you have to look at me. Look, you see? I have 4 objects. And I want, if there is no noise, where you are, I want you to enable your microphone. So open your microphone if where you are, you have no noise. So because we're going to do something now. Let me, if there is no noise. Right? Okay. Only a few people. So the people that Issachar, for example, only Issachar is the only one in Edison that have no noise. I'm going to take one of these and I want you to say the name when I show it to you, okay? So look, therefore, now, here we go. Okay, we continue.
Pen.
Okay, we'll continue.
Scissor.
Okay,
Scissors.
what about this?
Wire.
Okay, we'll go again.
Marker.
We'll go again. Let's take the one that created confusion. Let's take that one out. So what is this?
Pencil.
Pencil.
Okay, okay. And what is this?
Scissors.
Scissor.
Scissor. And what is this?
Pen.
Pen.
Okay. Now I want you to answer yes or no. Only yes or no. So for example, I'm going to ask, is this a board?
No.
Okay, good. That was the example. So we're gonna continue now. Is this a pencil? Yes or no?
No, bro.
No, está bien.
Oh, you didn't listen? Okay, here we go. Is this a pen?
Se fue la luz.
Repeat the question.
Okay, hold on. You guys, we having problems with internet.
Es que está frío.
It is my internet, I know. Okay, you know what? I'm going to change place. Hold on. I'm gonna change place because here the internet is not good.
I think that somebody are physically reading it.
Yeah, I will check that later. I'll see.
Then
I'm going to
your internet.
yes, I'm going to check that later.
Try to get the find is application that you can find who fix your internet.
Yes, because you know people are smart. But we'll see if here is good because I'm close to the router. I'm close to the router. So okay, so the question was this: is this a pen? Yes or no?
No.
No.
Okay. Is this a pencil? Yes or no?
No.
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 Is this a pencil? Yes or no?
Yes or yes?
Yeah, this is a
Okay, you
pencil.
see, we are testing vocabulary. We did it in two different ways. We test the production when students need to talk. Like I show you the item and you said the name of it. I wanted to know that you know the name. And we did another one. Students that don't really know how to say a word, but they understand that they don't need to say it. They understand that I said the word and you only say yes or no. Everybody knows that yes is positive, no is negative. You know? So that is limited response. That's what we are doing, limited response. Now there is another way, directed physical response, limited response is the same. There is another way. Imagine that you are working with the let's see what we can do because I was thinking about something. I don't want to put it difficult for you. Let's say that we are working with a list of verbs that you gave. For example, come, go, jump, sit down, for example, right? And you tell all students, okay, stand up, right? So everybody stands up. And you say, go to the board, for example. Everybody will go to the board. That's how you're testing if they understand the vocabulary. Vocabulary is go and board. Those are the vocabularies that you're testing. But what about if you say, okay, everybody sit down on the chairs. So everybody's going to sit down. If you see a person or students that doesn't sit down, that means that that student doesn't understand the vocabulary. You know, that's how you test with limited response. I don't know if you have a question so far, so I can answer it to you. Oscar, you have a question?
No, teacher.
Oh, okay.
Me?
Who's me?
Mirelis Ventura.
Oh, hey, Mirelis, yes.
Yeah. What I understood that is like in the first part is more like for actions or orders that someone tells you that you have to do.
That's true. That's
Okay.
physical actions. That's what.
Muchachos son el little gringo ya.
¿Qué fue?
Yeah, that's what it is. And
Atenas se gringo.
so that was limited response, right?
Okay.
Besides limited response, we also have, okay, let me go here. You guys will have to read about group testing and individual testing. Now, let me ask you a question. Which is easier? Let me go here. Which is easier? Group testing or individual testing? Imagine that you're testing vocabulary, and which do you think is easier? Group or individual?
Individual.
Oh, you have to raise your hand, remember, because I don't see who is talking. Like I don't recognize your voices. Yes, Delvin, you have your hands up.
Yes, I said that individual because anywhere, if you have a group, everybody had to be testing individual. So if you have a more people, gonna be difficult. It's better if you just have one, okay, it's fine. But anywhere, it's in a group normally.
Right, right, right. Cynthia, you have something else?
Even though it's easier to test in a group, I think individual is better because when you are testing individual, you can note and you can see the
Difficulties?
of this person. And when it's a group, you sometimes you don't know because there are a lot of people, a lot of child, and you can be in different place in the same time, and that's why I think the individual is
Right, right. Okay. Anybody else? Which is easier, testing in groups or testing individually? Felix, you have something else? Felix, your microphone is...
You're saying how is easier to test the vocabulary in group or individual, right?
What do you think?
I think that, you know what, I will use it both. I use it both. Why? Because I may teach the group in a fast way because it's like everybody, right? And I may see how the group is going, and then for the ending of the year, I may test one by one. But I consider that both will be okay.
Right, right. Okay. Now, I'm going to give you one example now. Where I teach,
Ahí parece que el profe no lo vio.
what did you say, Jensen?
Forgot it, teacher.
Oh, okay, you forgot it. All right. So,
Que yo levanté la mano ahorita, usted no lo vio.
okay. Do you want to talk or you just wanted to complain? Well, okay.
It's okay, teacher.
All right. Oscar, you want to say something?
Well, teacher, I think that for me, I think that it's easier group test because the student can help them between themselves. Because if I don't know some word and I see my partner doing something, I can follow me by through him. I think so.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Very good. That's fine. That's fine. Now, I ask you like what you thought about it, because if you remember in Practical Docente, I normally say that in the classroom, you are the one who decides what to do. So basically, although I tell you that individually is better or that in group is better, at the end, you will do as you think is better. But I have to tell you that you can use both, but there are advantages and disadvantages. Here in Dominican Republic, it's very difficult to test. It's very difficult in the public area because you have too many students in a classroom. For example, when you have 40 students in one classroom, you're going to go crazy if you start testing individually, right? Imagine you're gonna testing only, like you have 40 students only in one group. But what about if you have 10 groups in the week? Like I have 15 groups in a week and I go 2 hours every week to each one of the classrooms, and they normally have from 30 to 41 students. So testing is very difficult in the public area. So you have to do a combination of it. You can start from a general perspective. You can do it in groups, but if you see, you as a teacher, you have to be paying attention when you're testing in groups to those students that you see that are making mistakes or that they don't understand what you're saying. Then when you test in groups, you have to identify those students that are weak, and then you can go individually with them. That will be a best way to do it, using a combination of both, and because that's gonna make your work not easy, but you know, a little more, how can I say? I don't know. Like, I don't want to say easier because nothing is easy in education, but it's gonna flow better, the education and the testing process. That's what I wanted to say.
Teacher, but I have a question.
Yes.
What you do in a group when someone is like, they really know more than the other ones, so they get together in a group, but for you to identify and also to like to test someone that doesn't understand what you are saying, what you can do to improve that or to help?
Are you in teaching practice?
No, I did it. I mean, teaching practice 1 and 2. I completed. Yeah.
Oh, so you already gave teaching practice?
Yes.
All right. Well, maybe you
But
don't.
but I don't have any experience about teaching. I mean, I never went to school to teach something, so.
All right. That's okay. Well,
I'm a little confused.
when you have students that they finish faster than others,
Yeah.
part of paying attention, because it's not only when students don't understand. When you have students that understand too fast, then you will have to give individualized attention to that student. If
Okay.
you see that everything you give to him is, or to her is, it finishes quicker than others, then you increase the difficulty of the task for that student.
But for example, there are some students that they just study the subjects that they really like. If they don't like it, they don't pay attention and they don't do homework, anything of that.
Oh, then they're gonna flunk.
Exactly.
Yeah. Remember that you as a teacher, you only control your part, your teaching part. But there is a process which the responsibility is from the student's part. If they don't do it, then they're not gonna pass. And you as a teacher need to understand that in every group, there will be from 10 to 15% of students that won't make it because they don't care, they don't like it, it's not their interest, and it doesn't matter the strategies that you use is not gonna work because, so you need to know that as a teacher.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, right. So, okay, now limited response has different advantages and disadvantages, and you're gonna read it. Now, I'm almost finished with the meeting, but I'm going to explain to you something very important. And here, we're going to talk about another way how you can test vocabulary. Remember that we talk about limited response, which is a strategy. We talk about group testing. We talk about individual testing. And this doesn't need any great explanation. Group testing, when you test in group. Individual testing, when you test one by one. So that's not, okay, give me a second here. I was checking something. One moment. Okay, so here we are. Now let's talk about multiple choice. This is another strategy, another way how you can test vocabulary. Multiple choice completion. Multiple choice completion, what is it? Like, let me ask you a question. What is multiple choice? Let me see if you guys have any idea what it is. What is multiple choice? You can raise your hand on Zoom. If you don't know how to do it, click on participants, look for your name, and there you click more, or you see raise hand. Right, good. Okay, so I see Felix.
Multiple choices, what it means, it could be that we give to the student multiple choice and they have to choose one, and that's it.
Right, that's it, Mirelis.
Yeah, in my opinion, is when you have more than one option to choose.
Right, one more. Yeah, that's true, that's true, that's fine. Yes, so Delby.
Yeah, the name said alone, this is a multiple choice. You can choose a different way how to evaluate. Say everything multiple. So.
Right, that's true. So all of you are correct. Multiple choice is when you give a question to students, let's say one question or one topic, and within the topic, the questions, you give answers. You ask a question like, what is the name of the English teacher? And then you give there Alberto, Felix, Manuel, Scarling. Then you have to choose one, right? That's when you are giving options to students. So that's what we are going to talk about now. Multiple choice is very dangerous, and I'm going to show you why. I'm going to show you, let's go here so we can see that, oh, here we are. In multiple choice, look at this part here. This part, it's this part, oh God.
Okay.
You can read it. I'm gonna leave it there. Now, when you are creating a question or an item that is multiple choice, take into account four steps. Four steps. Look, the first one is to select the words to be tested. Select the words to be tested. What does that mean? I'm going to be playing with the screen, so bear with me. I'll be playing. So we have to follow. Oops, hold on. You have to follow 4 steps when you are creating a multiple choice item. You know what an item is? I'm sorry, I know I'm jumping from one side to the other. You guys know what an item is? Many people say item, many people say item. You can say it the way you want it. What is that? Felix, you raise your hand.
That is a object.
Yes,
Object, right?
yes, that's an object. Yes, that is the literal definition of item. Very good. Now, in testing, when we talk about item, we're talking about the topics of a test or exam. So, item is the topic of an exam or the topic of a test. Example, what type of topics do you know in an exam? You have taken many exams in your life. So what topics do you know in an exam? Before we go into the 4 steps, I would like to know if you guys know the topics of an exam, like the normal topics. One is multiple choice. We said it already. Cynthia, give us one.
True or false?
Okay, true. Okay, hold on. True, false. All right, hold on. Oh, God,
Multiple choice.
Okay, that's it, Cynthia. That's fine. You gave 2 already. Multiple choice, true, false. Let's see who else. I see. Give me a second here. Okay, let me see who's raising hands. Guys, as I'm showing the screen, if you don't raise your hand through the system, I won't be able to see you. So,
Oh, got it.
because I cannot see the whole. Oscar?
Select the correct weight.
Okay,
Of the
select the.
correct weight of the word.
Okay, select the correct way on the word. And what type of item is that? That will be the question.
Teacher, I have another.
Who say I have another?
Cynthia.
Yes.
Complete the blank space.
Okay, complete. Do you have one, Edison? Complete.
Yeah, teacher, that one
Yo levanto la
fills
mano y
in
nadie
the
me ve.
blanks.
Jensen, tú no estás levantando la mano por la plataforma.
Claro, le di a levantar la mano, profe, y usted le dijo a Cintia, y Cintia dijo la que yo iba a decir, pero yo tengo otra, pero ok, va
Está
Edison
bien.
ahora, hay que respetar los turnos.
Perdón, James.
Fills in the blank, teacher.
Okay, complete. Okay, complete is fill in the blanks. Yes, is actually the same here. Jensen, what do you have?
I can say definition of the words.
Okay, yes, define.
Teacher, I have another.
Hold on,
I have
Cynthia.
one, teacher.
You're excited there. See if someone else has the hands up. Francelis, what do you have?
Nadie tiene la mano levantada.
I have one, teacher.
That was su favorita, profe.
Oh, okay. It's because if you don't raise your hand, I cannot see you. And if and you have to wait for your turn. So who's there was who that's you, Cynthia? Okay, yes. Say the one that you have.
Parear.
Okay, how do you say parear in English is the question.
I don't know, teacher. That's why
Me,
I said
teacher,
it
me,
in
me.
Spanish.
Okay, when people are going to fight, if you check boxing or wrestling, if Alberto is going to fight against...
Oh, match. It's match, teacher.
Oh, okay. All right.
Thank you, Mireli.
Match, right?
I have one, teacher.
Well, but if you don't raise your hands, I won't see you because then we're gonna lose control. And you guys are gonna be talking and I'm gonna be talking and we will... And yeah, what do you have, Mirelis?
Answer the following questions.
Answer the questions that will be then defined.
Yeah.
So let's put it there. Answer questions. Yes. Edison, you raised your hand?
Yeah, teacher. Translate, teacher. Vocabulary, translate.
Translate. Okay, let's say that we put translate. Translate is also, you can, that's fine. That's true. Can you translate? What about a variation of true and false? There is a variation for true and false, which is correct, incorrect. That's a variation of true and false.
But it's the same, teacher.
Which one?
True, false, and correct and incorrect.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes, Cynthia, say the truth.
That's what I'm saying. That is a variation of true and false.
I didn't listen.
All right. And okay, so you see, here we are. These are the principal items when you're creating a test or an exam. So this is going to be registered on the video. This is very important because by the time when I time to start creating the test or the exams, these are the items that we're going to use. And we are going to focus today, or in the few minutes, in the minutes that we have left, we're going to focus on multiple choice, because multiple choice is the most difficult one to do. Because you have to take, I don't know if you're writing, but I'm going to delete this. This is in the material that I already, no, well, this is not in the material, so this is going to be in the video, don't worry, you'll watch it later. So let's go back to the 4 steps of multiple choice. The first step that we gave let's put it here so you can see. Step number 1, you have to select the words to be tested. You know what that means? Do you remember the difference between testing and evaluation? What is the difference between testing and evaluation? If you guys remember. Oh, Edison again. Okay.
Yeah, teacher, you might evaluate a person without teaching before teaching, and for testing, you need to teach the person.
That's right. That's true. Very good. So what that means is select the words to test. That means that you have to be careful with what you are going to test. If you taught the colors, you are going to test the colors. If you taught the season of the years, you're going to test the season of the years. Don't test students about something that they don't know or that you haven't taught. That's the point. I don't know if it has happened to you that you are in a subject and the teacher says, next week we have a test, we have an exam. Boom, you get the exam. And then you say, but teacher, 90% of what I have in here, you didn't teach us that? You didn't.
Alberto, escúchame que te interrumpa. Hicimos un comentario ahorita de un profesor de eso mismo. Tuvo que corta el video, si no sé, porque nos pasó eso de un profesor que nos mandó muchos videos juntos. Entonces, tú la cortas, lo mismo que tú estás diciendo. Y yo dije que esos profesores necesitan que tú le des clases para que aprendan.
So that's it. Yes, that's the point. You see? So you have to be careful with what you are testing students from, right? That's the step number 1. Now let's go to the material. Step number 2, and this I know you cannot see it, but I'm gonna show it to you. So step number 2 is you have to get the right sentence. Let me share. Hold on. Get the right kind of sentence. What is that? And I'm gonna put this here, context. Context. You have to give students a context when you ask a question, if it is needed. I'm going to give you one example right now so you can see why context, why giving the right type of sentence is important. You guys can go on mute. I know there is noise there. Okay, here we go. All right, what is the meaning of this to get the right kind of sentence? First thing, make sure that the question that you are writing doesn't have any mistake. Because if it has mistakes, you know, that distracts people. So make sure the sentence you're giving, the question that you're giving to students doesn't have any mistakes. And if it has a mistake, make sure that the mistake doesn't distract, doesn't confuse students. That's the first part. Now let's go to the context. What is the context? I'm going to give you one question, one multiple choice question. I'm going to give you this. The sky was, right? As this is completion, I can give you a line in there and I can give you options. A, blue. B, green. C, black. And D, yellow. This is a question, right? Now you have to choose one of the answers and only one answer is correct. So Cynthia, what do you say?
Well, I say that this question is wrong because say the sky was, and I think that the sky is blue, but I don't know what color the sky was.
Okay, but that's okay. That's okay. Look, Okay, let me change it. Now, what do you say?
The sky is blue.
Okay, how do you know? Like, the sky can be, no? How do you know? The sky can be
Because
yellow. It can be yellow.
Why, teacher? No, if you
Yes.
see it, it's and sometimes it's gray.
Uh-huh. What about when it is in the afternoon around 6 that the sun is setting? You have the sunset. You have the sunset. There are clouds and the sky is not blue. The sky is between yellow and orange.
Y eso que si estamos en Marte se ve naranja.
Right. You see? So, okay, someone raised the hand here. Okay, hold on. Matisa.
Okay, well, it depends on the context.
Uh-huh.
It has to be framed in the right context. So the making a multiple choice, the distractors must be kind of thought well. That's the issue. Because you can make whatever distractor. It has to be related to the mistakes students mostly made. So you have to sit down and think. That's why it's kind of complicated, this type of test.
Right, right. Now, it's complicated for you to do it as a teacher, right? So, Matisa said we are missing something in the sentence, right? Forget about this. This is fine because we are just testing the colors and all of them are colors. There is something missing here that Matisa said is the context. I mean, you need something else. You need to give more information to students for them to know which is the right color. So someone is raising the hands. I don't know who it is. Oscar, you were raising your hand.
Teacher, you want to say that we must have as a history before for reading.
That's
Something
it.
like that.
Well, something like that. But look, you can do it in the same sentence. Let me fix it. Let me fix it. Hold on. Hold on. Now, what about now?
Way better.
If it is shiny today, how is the sky?
It's got to be.
It's blue, green, no? Clear.
No, it's yellow if it's shining.
Are you sure? Are you sure? Check. Right now, it's shiny. Right now it's shiny. Look out the window and tell me what's the color of the sky.
Blue, teacher.
Blue. Okay.
No, yes.
Okay. Blue, right? Because it's not yellow right now. You don't see the color yellow. You see the lights reflecting on the trees or in the house is yellow, but the sky, we're talking about the sky. The sky.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Oh,
Yeah.
we were confused, teacher.
Well, because if you see the house, the trees and things, you will see that the reflection of the sunlight it looks like yellow. But
yellow, yeah.
The sky is not yellow, it's blue right now. but
because we are talking about the sky.
Yeah, but look at this. Look at this. Look at this. If I give you this, what do you say now?
Black.
Black.
Black. Yes, that's the only answer. Because when it is nighttime, You don't, the sky is not blue, it's not green, it's not yellow, it's black, right?
Teacher, at what time the sky is green?
No, because remember, that is a distractor.
On the planet Namekusei.
Right. You are I know that's a joke, Cynthia. But anyway, that was a good question. As you are testing, you have to make sure that you give distractors. Now, when we go to the distractor part, we're going to talk about that. But we are seeing the right type of sentence, the context. Colombo, I'm going to say. Matisa, yes?
You could have also said it was 6 p.m. I look into her eyes and the sky was.
That's true. That's right. That's right. You're giving.
But
context.
remember, teacher, there are some places where the sky can change the colors. Even in the evening, it depends on where you are. So the context is gonna tell you. If you were
That's
in
true.
Alaska, I saw it and it was like orange. And in some cases that I never saw or I don't know how to say this, the aurora, boreal,
Yeah.
many colors. I never saw that event. I was looking forward to see it. So it might even have a bunch of colors. It depends on the
like a rainbow almost.
That is a phenomenon.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So yes, remember the context is important because the context is what is going to decide what is the correct answer. Isakar, you raise your hand too.
Yeah, but that was way earlier.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Very good. So that's it. You see, here we have seen how you prepare the right type of sentence, avoid the mistakes in the sentence, and also make sure that you give a context if it is necessary, right? Because there are some questions that the context is not necessary. Now we're gonna go to the third. There are only four steps. We're gonna go to the third one, and the third one is the most complicated. So you have to choose these distractors, right? You have to choose the distractors. In the distractors, you have to take into account 4 aspects when you choose the distractor. What is a distractor is the question, if you have the answer. Let me see who raised the hand. Isakar, you raise the hand again?
Yeah, a distractor is a wrong word you put in a sentence just to, yeah.
Right. So distractors are the wrong answers that you give to students, right? So now, when you are creating distractors, let me see if I can go back. Hold on. I just don't want, okay, here we are. Okay, here we are. Let me put the number 3 here because we're gonna use the same example. So choose the distractors. Now, when you're choosing the distractors, you have to take into account 4 aspects. I'm gonna put A, aspect A. The aspect A is that you have to make sure they are from same family. The distractors need to be from the same family. What does that mean? That if you have this example in here, and what are you testing in here? Like, can anybody tell me what I'm testing in this question?
Colors.
The colors. Okay, good. Colors. What do you see in all the distractors in here? What do you see? The answers. Check the answers. All the, I don't know who's talking. Can you raise your hand? Is that you, Elvin?
Yes.
Okay.
I said the distractor is black because it's like sky not black now.
Okay. Okay. All right. Now, if you guys noticed, Are all the words from the same family? All the words that I put in there that I'm testing? Felix?
Yeah, all the words are from the same family because we are talking about colors.
That's true. So you see, that's the step number one when you are creating distractor. Make sure you give the words from the same family. But because look, if I put this, if I put this, look now, look at the distractor. One is love, the other one is house, the other one is shoe, and the other one is black. Students will know automatically that black is the answer because that's the only color. It's not love, it's not house, it's not shoe. So what is it? Black. So you are giving the answer to students. You are not testing. That's a gift for them. Cynthia, you want to say something?
No, teacher.
Oh, I thought you wanted to say something. All right. So that's, okay, another person raised their hands. I don't see who it is.
Here.
Yes?
But also I think that a distractor can be something that looks like if doesn't know what is the topic or something about the context, then they can select the distractor if they don't know, in case.
I know. But remember that you are testing students from what you have taught, from what they know. So you as a teacher, you cannot give a topic that students don't handle. That's the point.
Okay.
Yes. Now I'm looking, another person raising the hands. Who is it? I don't know. I don't see it. Edison. Yes.
Yeah, teacher, what I want to know is that if distractors are something first in test, I mean to make the student falls into a hook, that's fair?
Yes, that's true. That's good. That's what you're looking for. The only way for you to test if students really know what you have taught is giving them hooks. If they really learned, they won't fall into the hook. That's the point.
Okay.
Yeah. Isakar, you're raising your hand again? Oscar. No? Okay, Oscar, you raise your hand too. Oh, I guess I lost you guys. Oh, okay, I'm listening now.
It wasn't me, teacher.
Oh, okay. All right. That's okay. So if you you guys can lower your hand because I'm getting confused here when I see you. Okay. Now we're going to finish with this. Let's go here. So the part B from creating distractors is do not give grammatical clues. Do not give grammar clues. I'm gonna put it there, grammar clues, right? Don't give grammar clues. What is that? I'm going to show you this. The bathroom is an part of the house. This is a question that we are creating, right? And let's say beautiful. This is an example, okay? Because I'm not thinking, I'm just giving an example. Beautiful, important, vital, I just made this up, right? Now, you have a sentence here. It says the bathroom is an part of the house. What's the right answer over there?
Yo creo que va B ahí, la D. The bathroom is an a big part of the house.
And a big. Okay, you are forgetting something very important. Francelis, have your hands up?
The bathroom is an important part of the house.
Oh, okay, and why do you think is important? I mean, the answer. Why do you think so?
Because teacher is important, you have to.
No, that's not the answer. I mean, it is important, but that's not the why. Why, Cynthia? Why? Oh, hold on, Cynthia. Let's allow Samantha. She hasn't participated. Samantha, what do you say?
I think because the first letter of sentence is a vocal.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Look at this, guys. Samantha said that the first letter of important is a vowel, right? So
Yes,
look,
vowel.
you guys know that this is an indefinite article. And whenever you have this indefinite article, the word that follows that article has to start with a vowel in this case, right?
Yes, yes.
So if you have taught students this previously and you give this type of question, you are giving the question to students. You are not testing because they know that there is not other word in here that starts with a vowel, and they can close their eyes and they say because it's the only one that starts with a vowel. So you're not testing. You're just giving answers away. I don't know if you got that one.
Yes.
Yes, teacher, it's clear.
Okay.
It's clear.
All right. We almost finished here. So let me give you the part C from distractors. The part C is easy. It doesn't need too much explanation, and is do not use too difficult words. Don't use difficult words, guys. That's it. Don't use difficult words with students. Test, keep it simple, but not easy. Simple, but not easy, which is different. And the last, there is a last part of the distractors. And this last part of the distractors is going to be a homework for you. You guys are gonna look it up on in the book. And you are going to see which is this last part that we are missing from the distractors. Remember, same family, no grammar clues, no too difficult words. But I'm gonna give it to you so you don't have, so you can focus on the whole thing, right? So you can focus on the whole thing. So only give only one correct answer. Don't use more than one correct answer because that's confusing and that's gonna be very difficult for you to correct. Chuchi, that's my daughter. Excuse me, Ollie. I'm teaching. So don't give more than one correct answer. Only give one. I don't know if it has happened to you that you're taking a multiple choice exam or test and there are two answers that are correct and the teacher says that one of them is wrong. And then you say, but teacher, the other one is correct. And the teacher says, yes, but I wanted this one. That's not correct. That's not good. So avoid that. Avoid discussions with students. And that's it. That's for the distractors. Last point, so we can finish. Last one, we have select the words to be tested, get the right kind of sentence, choose the distractors, and the last one is important. Give clear and simple instructions. Give clear and simple instructions. What does that mean? That if I give you this, let me put it up a little bigger. Put it up a little bigger here. What about if I tell you, this is an item, okay? This is an item. I'm going to erase this. Let's write, oops. Let's write, what am I doing here? Give me a second, guys. Here is good. What about if I give you a topic? Let's say topic one, multiple choice, and I tell you, select the correct answer. Select the correct answer. That's a topic, right? And I go with the first question. One, let's say candies are, boom, and I give you the answers. A, B, C, and I'm not going to continue. I'm gonna keep it there until C. Remember, it's very important that you include 3 distractors and 1 correct answer. So that's 4. Okay. Let me go here. I know what's going on. Okay, cool. Here we are. Candies are, let's say, sweet, bitter, sour, and I'm gonna put whatever to complete this, bad. Okay. Well, if you are an adult, it's bad, but if you're a child, you know, they're good. But this is only to show you what's going on. So I say select the correct answer, and I give you a question. Candies are. Now, how are you going to select the answer? How are you going to select it? Can anyone tell me? Samantha, you raise your hand. Or Felix, did you raise your hand there?
Okay, how could be the answer, teacher? I think that we will have to put we consider that is the right answer in the white place.
Okay, that is one. All right, that is one. Can anybody tell me what other way is it that the teacher is asking there? How are you going to select?
Me, teacher.
Yeah.
You listen?
Yes.
I guess the circle the letters. I mean A, B, C, D.
Circle the letter. Okay. Yes. All right.
That's what I guess.
Good. Can anybody else tell me how you are going to select the answer? Matisa, are you there? Do you want to talk?
I don't know if you can hear me.
Yes.
Well, there's a lot of noise here. Like Edison said, circle, cross, whatever. I underline. I learned that with Fermin.
Okay. Yeah. All
After
right.
I flunked following instructions.
All right. Now, if you see, guys, every one of you have a different idea of how you're going to select the answer. Imagine that you are the teacher and now you have 30 students and 5 of them put the word in the line, on the line, sorry. And 5 of them mark with an X, and 5 of them underline the word, and 5 of them circle the word or circle the letter. that's going to be a mess for you because you are going to be correcting in a very difficult way. Now, it is better for you to give, sorry, the instruction is simple. It is simple, but it is not clear because you don't know how you're going to select it. Selecting something is simple, but this time is not clear. So why not modifying the instructions and making them clear and simple? For example, you can say, select the correct answer, right? And you can put mark with an X the letter of the correct answer. What about now? Now is clearer. Now they know they have to select the correct answer, but they have to mark with an X the letter of the correct answer. So you could put mark with an X, underline, circle, and guess what? If a student circle the answer, it is run. If a student underlines the answer, it is run. Because here you are not only testing knowledge, you're also testing if they can follow instructions, or you cannot put a run not to go to the stream. I give them half of the points because I know they knew the answer, but they didn't follow the instructions. But that falls into your consideration as a teacher. And before you do that, you have to tell them, guys, read the instructions. If I say it is an X, if you put a circle, it's going to be a run. You guys, you can say that. You can do it. But after you explain it, if they keep doing that, then you decide. And that's it. That's the class. Now, let me see if you have any comments. I see hands up. I'm going to answer any questions. And when we finish answering questions, then we finish the class. This is a long class today. Delby?
Yes, I said that sometimes you need to take, I don't know, sometimes happen the situation that the students are so nervous in the day of the exam. And they just see, sometimes they just focus on in what is the correct answer, you know, and sometimes they don't realize so well what this is marked and this. In my case, I will be a little flexible in this. I know what you said, but sometimes I can understand how nervous the student can be in this day, you know. And if you give me the right question, maybe, you know, don't gonna be the same point, but I will take in consideration about this. Because I was a student and I know.
That's what I'm telling you. Like, if you explain to students about this and they do it, they still do it, then you decide as a teacher. Like, it's on your consideration. That's the point. Francelis, you want to say something?
No.
Okay. Do you guys have any other question or any comment before we leave? No questions, no comments. All right. So that's it. Jesus, I think this is the I've spent the most time since I started. All right, so I'll see you guys later. Have a good lunch.
Bye, thank you.
Thank you, teacher.
All right.
Yeah.
Bye, bye.